Welcome to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB GT3 Sprint Series Round 3 Race 2 from Bathurst, Australia. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB GT3 Sprint Series on Project Cars 2. This is Round 3 Race 2 from Bathurst in Australia. So let's take you through the grid for this one. So it's a nice little sunset we've got here at Bathurst. Lovely atmospherics here. And on pole position we have Bert on pole position there in the BMW. So Bert on pole position there with who's that behind him? Neil Farmack behind him in the McLaren. Then it is Pash in third. He's third in the Ferrari. Then it's Will fourth in the BMW. The second Ferrari of Darren is in fifth. Then it's Growley in sixth. A little bit of a separation there. Intrepid seventh. Tim is in eighth. Then we've got Nifty Dark Ninja in ninth. Woo Woo is in 10th. Then we've got Blakeney in 11th with Bidster at the back. They've sort of strung themselves out a bit. I think they got a bit caught out when the others got up to speed. So let's get on with the race then. So Bidster at the back almost again as we get ready for the race start. And off we go. Everyone's away. Remember, no overtaking around the first corner. Then it'll all start from there. So Bert goes round the first corner. Nicely through there, and Neil Farmack behind him, and on to the straight we go. Overtaking can now start as you go out the corner. Further back, everyone looks like they've got away well. Everyone drafting each other. We've got the McLaren of Woo Woo trying to make up places here, and on Nifty Dark Ninja, he's gone wide. Nifty and Woo Woo's on the outside of him. Meanwhile, up the front, it's Bert from Neil, Pash, Will. Darren's lost it in the Ferrari. He's lost it. His sparks fly as he goes onto the wall there. I think he's recovered all right, but he's back down now in 8th position. He's got Tim, who's just gone ahead of him. Woo Woo's gone around the outside of him as well, and he slots in 9th place, just ahead of Nifty Dark Ninja, who's trying to get past him but can't quite do it. Bister and Blake still at the back battling there. Then up the hill we go. Neil Farmack is behind Bert, so he's 2nd place. Still Pash, Will in that order. There's Growley. Then there's Intrepid with Tim behind him, and Woo Woo as well as we go over the top of the hill. Tim defending from Woo Woo, his main rival in race 1. Oh, car off. Bert's off in the BMW. He's off back there. He's gone right off into the gravel, and that's his race ruin before he even gets it half the lap started. So he's gone off at the top of the hill. Must have run too deep into the left-hander and gone off on the exit. So Bert's got some work to do here as the sun sets here at Bathurst. Neil Farmack then is in the lead. So Bert goes off from the lead. Neil Farmack in the lead. Pash 2nd, Will 3rd. Growley is in 4th place in the Honda. Then it is in the Acura, should I say. And then it's Intrepid with Tim behind him. Tim looking for a move on Intrepid down the straight. Tim and Intrepid side by side. Tim looks like he's going to go through on the inside of the chase. He goes through and then down to the left-hander at the bottom. Brake. On the brakes very hard into the corner. Everyone nicely through there. Tim a bit wide. Intrepid looking for a way back through. Woo Woo's trying to look for a way through past Intrepid as well. Nice little battle developing here. Will's closing up to the back of Pash. Brilliant stuff. Down to the last corner. Woo gets a good run through the corner. Everyone nicely through there. I think Darren caught a bit of gravel on the way out. Bidster and Blake still at the back there. They're trying to go alongside each other as well. Through the first corner goes everyone else. Bidster's trying to look past Blake but can't do it in the background. Blake goes into the corner first. Bidster has to settle for the 11th place for now, but he's trying to get back on him. Back to the front. Neil Farmack in the lead. Pash 2nd. Will right behind him in 3rd. Growley's 4th. Oh, you know, Tim's 4th. Tim down the inside into the right-hander. Brilliant move there from Tim. Fantastic move. And now Woo Woo's trying to get past Intrepid as well. Woo Woo and Intrepid together. The McLaren on the outside of the Porsche. Round the outside. Oh, hits the wall, using the wall to get past him. So, he's round the outside, a bit rough there from Woo Woo, and a bit using the wall to assist. That might have to be looked into. We'll have to see. But Woo Woo there with a bit of a controversial move on Intrepid, as Intrepid not left any room, and Intrepid then losing speed then up the hill, and Darren wildly goes round the outside of him, and Intrepid now back with Nifty Dark Ninja. So Intrepid well and truly hung out to dry there, and hung out to dry, pegged on the washing line and blown away. So yeah, absolutely madness there as Nifty Dark Ninja tries to get past him into the dipper. No can do into there. Probably having a little sniff just to make sure he's awake. but no way through. Oh wow, Growly's got a right train behind him. He's got Woo Woo, Darren, Intrepid and Ninja behind him as he taps the wall there on the exit and towards the Forest Elbow. Into the Forest Elbow we go, into the left-hander downhill, onto the Conrod straight. Unleash all the power in these 550 horsepower beasts down the hill. Fantastic power in these cars. Meanwhile, near the end of the straight already, Neil and Pash are pulling away from the rest. Neil Farmack is in the lead of the race. Pash second, Will third. Pash has moved away from Will a bit. He's trying to challenge Neil Farmack now. There's Tim in fourth. He's probably going to be the fastest man on track. Looking at his pace from race one as Darren goes off onto the gravel, outbrakes himself, puts himself onto the right hand side so he doesn't hit anyone, but he's gone right off now, and now he's going to have to wait until Burt comes past. And if he joins in last place, not where he wants to be in this race. Meanwhile, up ahead, I think Tim's having a look at Will. He's having a little look at the other BMW. They're not teammates, they're just in the same car. Tim is replacing Twerdy for this one, and he's going to be a permanent LPB member, but he's just filling in for Twerdy's teammate slot in this. As further back, Biz trying to get past, still trying to get past Blake. He's been behind him all race. His lights on, so Intrepid is down further ahead as well. Neil and Pash still together as Will. He's got Tim all over the back of him. Tim looking for a way through round the outside of the BMW, but can't do it there. Just got to wait his turn. Will goes into the wall, round onto the wall, hits the wall, and Tim goes through on the inside. Will tries to get going out the corner and stay alongside him. He does. Tim gives him space. Good awareness there by Tim, and round through the corner. And Will, oh, contact there between the two cars up the hill, still side by side. You can't go side by side through here, boys. This is not in the script. Will tries to go around the outside and holds it, and then goes into the wall again, and oh, he's lost control. Tim goes through. No, he's just trying to go through. Will's not giving up this position, but Will eventually has to succumb to Tim, and Will goes down to fourth, and now Woo Woo is back up. He's on the back of him after all that. So Woo Woo now trying to keep up with Tim, and Will is now the next one on the target list. Further back down, Blake has still got Bidster behind him. Obviously they've passed Burt and Darren after the little incidents earlier, and Intrepid's gone back further down as well, so Bidster now left to chase Blake. Through the corner we go, and out the other side as on the straight. Tim is now on the straight with Will and the catching up Woo Woo behind him as well. Will they have a go into the left-hander at the end of the straight? Will they have a go? Will they be tempted to have a go at Tim? Will's having a go. He's having a little look, but he can't quite do anything. Whoa! Woo Woo down the inside of Will. Contact, and did he hit him off there? The camera went away just as there were going to be contact. I'm not quite sure there, but there were possible contact there. That'll have to be looked at as well. So Woo Woo, two incidents there that he's been involved in. Growly in sixth with Nifty in seventh, his teammate. There's Blake defending from Bidster on the inside. Oh, slides the car. Bidster goes to the outside. Bidster's going to try and finally get past Blake, but Blake's trying to hold on down the inside for turn one, and Blake's down the inside. He's holding it, but Bidster goes around the outside, not phased around the outside, onto the grass, and has he got it? I think he has, but no, I think Blake's going to come back on power here. Intrepid's now repaying the favour to Bids. He's trying to do the same thing again, trying to help him past. But it's not working, I don't think. He's going to try and hold the inside. Let's see if he can. Brake. Blake gives him the squeeze. Possible a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, and Blake holds on. What a fight this is. Absolutely incredible racing there. That's what you do. That's the incredible racing right there. And into the hairpin at the top. Blake holds on. Bids are still trying to get past. They'll be going redder and redder in that car, trying to get past. Can't quite do it yet. Further up is Will. Fifth place now. Woo Woo's gone through, so Woo Woo's gone through. Tim now trying to focus on catching Pash and Neil ahead. Further back, Bidster still trying to get past Blake. Intrepid following his teammate through as well. Into the dipper we go, trying to catch up to the back. He'll catch up to the back of him through here, but I might not necessarily get past because that BMW is big and it's bouncing off the walls. And Bidster sees a gap and straight through the inside. Blake makes a mistake. Bidster straight through. Opportunistic move there from Bids. Well done to him. Good for him to see the move. And then Blake then goes back down to ninth, and he's lost control of the car. I think the front tyres are overheating or something, but Intrepid's now got Burt all over the back of him. Battles everywhere in this race. Brilliant to watch here at Bathurst. Oh, if you're liking what you see, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and hit your notification bell to be notified of all LPB racing uploads. because you don't want to miss any of this action. It's brilliant as you go down to the end of the Conrod straight through the chase and down into the left-hander at the bottom as Burt goes down the inside of Intrepid. Good move there from Burt down the inside of Intrepid. Has to get the car stopped and luckily got the car through. So good move there from Burt. Intrepid down to 10th, not having a good round here. I don't think the Porsche was the way to go, but that's what they've both picked and that's what they're stuck with. As Bid still looking for a way through. Oh, is he defending from is that Burt? No, it's Intrepid. He's let Darren go through. I don't think Intrepid feels comfy with the paces. Oh, he lets Darren go through and Darren throws it away in the gravel. That's just what you need. So Darren then goes back down to 11th with some more gravel to get rid of out of that car. So we're just over the halfway point. Let's get some replays into the first half action for you now. Here's the replays of the first half of the race. Okay, here's the first replay on board with Burt. Lap 1, so he goes towards the wall to get a better run, but then just grazes the wall and it sucks the car in, over the gravel, in towards the grass. And now he's got to wait for everyone to go back through before he can safely rejoin. There goes Bidster and Blake. Now he can rejoin, but he's all the way back down in last place after getting pole. Here's a look at Woo-Woo's pass on Intrepid to see what it was like from Darren's view. So he bounced off the wall there, uses the wall and then goes right around the outside of him and then a bit of contact on the way out, but he's through. But a bit of an unconventional way to get through, really. Here's a replay what happened to Darren on lap 2 then. Watch as he goes down here, just brakes way too late. He's going to hit the back of the McLaren, so chooses to bail out, but then hits the grass and goes into the gravel. There goes the rest of him on the right hand side, and then Darren has to rejoin back in last place. Okay, now here's the replay on board with Woo-Woo to look at the incident between him and Will on lap 3. Watch here as we brake into the corner, and yep, there is contact between the two, and then Will ends up going off. Woo-Woo goes through, so that was a bit of a tap to pass. Here's a replay of what happened to Growley on lap 4. Here he goes, round he goes, just he got on the power too early out the corner, and that's how Growley ended up going down the field. Now he's going to try and get a gear, he's going to try and get it going, but he knows his car's coming, so look, he just waits for all the rest of the cars to go through, and then rejoins in last place. And now back to the race. As you come back from that, we'll take you on a recap of the position. So it's Neil Farmack in the lead, 2:06.9 last time round for Neil Farmack. Good lap time for him. So he's in the lead by 2.5 seconds from Pash in second place in the Ferrari. There he is, 2:07.7 last time round, and Tim third place in the BMW, 2:06.8 last time round. But I've got a feeling that Woo-Woo's keeping up with him. He's only just under 2 seconds behind Tim, and he's going to try and do what he can to catch up, and he's in the car to do it as well. The McLaren should be one of the best ones around here. Will in 5th in the BMW, Will in 5th with Blake and his teammates in 8th, Nifty is in 6th, and 6th place for him. Bidster is in 7th, a bit of a better race this time for Bids, but still not really what he fully wants, but still with the grid position, that's not too bad. Blakeney's in 8th, and he's got Burt right behind him, trying to keep him off in his BMW as well. They're almost side by side down the hill. We go into the Forest Elbow. Blake defends the inside in a bit deep, but luckily the camber saves him, and Burt goes a bit deeper as well. Then we've got Darren in 10th, with Intrepid 11th and Growley in 12th. They're all quite close together, but they've all had, they've all gone backwards in this race, really. They've not really done very well, but we'll see if they can scrape anything towards the end of the race. Further ahead, Burt and Blake still in each other's draft, trying to go down to the end of the straight, and Burt is nowhere near close enough now, so Blake's good run out of the Forest Elbow helped him, but now he's got a bad run out of that corner, and Burt gets a good run out of it, so that could be the change maker. Down to the bottom, and Blake, why is he defending his line? Burt's not that close, but he's defending his line, and he's slowed himself down for his exit. He's left himself vulnerable, and Burt could have a go here trying to get past, but no, Burt has to lift off because he almost hit the back of him. The run through the corner was that good, he had to lift off out of it, so he had to bail out of that one, but I'm sure he'll try again at some other point in the track, especially if Blake keeps doing that and shaking his backside at Burt as well. Back to Darren, Intrepid and Growley, they're all together as well at the back, so still the fight on for them. But now it's Blake and Burt. Again into the right-hander up to start the mountain, and Burt is still trying to get away past Blake. but Blake can't seem to shake him off. Back up front, Neil Farmack then, 207.4 to Pash's 207.2, slightly faster for Pash that time round. Tim at 206.6, flying in that BMW, absolutely flying. Default setups, obviously, because we all run default setups in LPB racing due to the fact that some people don't get much chance to practice at all. Tim does get quite a lot of chance to practice, but still it does require a lot of skill to drive with the default setups on, as it does for us all. So very good out the shop stuff here, so it makes it all about the driver, and Tim is definitely a quick driver. And he will be one to watch as the championship progresses here, as Burt then comes down the hill, and Blakeney in front of him still cannot shake that BMW off his back. He still needs to get on with it, but oh, he's not going to do it like that. Massive twitch out the corner, and that could help Burt if he didn't react to it and lift off, but we'll have to see. I think he did, because he's losing a bit of ground to him there. I think he panicked, so not good there for him. Meanwhile, Bidster is in 7th place. He's trying to catch Nifty Dart Ninja now in the Acura NSX. So Bidster in the Porsche, slowly getting used to that car, but I don't think he's got used to it quick enough, really. But there goes Blake again, defends into the corner and keeps Burt off his tail. Last time round, Tim did a 207.2, so the tyre's getting a bit warm that time. So still catching the other guys, but not quite at the rate of knots that he needs to be able to challenge for the second place, I don't think, unless Pash makes a mistake. Woo in 4th. Will still in a solid fifth position. This is going to be by far one of his best rounds so far with race 1 and 2, so we'll have to see how he does in race 3, but so far so good for Will in that BMW M6. Nifty and Bidster are quite close, 7/10 is the gap. Bidster is closing on the back of that Acura NSX of Nifty Dart Ninja into the hairpin. Ninja runs a bit wide. Bidster gets a fantastic run out of the corner. You see the car slide naturally as it goes out the corner with the power on, right on the limit. And up the hill we go. Sideways for Bidster. Oh, sideways into the wall. And he's lost time. He's on the grass. He's had a massive moment there as he came over the top of the hill and loses time. So Bidster then, he's fast in that car, but he's not consistent. He just can't get the car to do what he needs it to. Consistently, that is. So not good for him as we go over the top, and he's now got to try and catch up that gap all over again. It's gone up to 3 seconds. Meanwhile, Blake and Burt, let's check on these boys. 7/10 still the gap, with Blake still in the hot seat and Burt chasing him down. Both the same car, look different, but they are both the same car, just different liveries. And down into the Forest Elbow and out of it. Blake much more cleaner through there that time. So is Burt as well, both trying hard, but Blake so far with the advantage. Back to the front, Neil Farmack, first place, onto his penultimate lap of the race. There's Pash in the background, and look how close Tim is to Pash now. Tim is closing up on Pash. He's almost within a second. In fact, now he actually is within a second of Pash. Out of the corner we go, and last lap times 208.1 for Neil and Pash, but Tim with another 206.8. He has brought that gap down, but in chunks and more chunks. So Tim is on the move here. He's really trying to catch up to the back of the Ferrari. There he is in the black BMW. The yellow lights ablaze on the front of that car, and Tim with the pace here and making it look so easy. But he's got to try and get... But remember, as the famous Murray Walker once said, catching up is one thing, passing is quite another. And boy, is that one of the most true statements of all time when it comes to motorsport. Because see, it might be easy to catch up, but then you've got to try and get past the person, and that is never an easy task, unless they make a mistake. Further back, Blake and Burt. Have they closed up? Yes. Burt is right on the back of Blakeney again. Now he's got to try and get through, because he's got to try and get his big fat BMW past Blakeney's big fat BMW. And that's not going to be an easy task. Goes, oh, at the corner. Sparks flies. Blake makes a little mistake on the exit of the corner, and Burt had to lift out of it again. So, again, Burt with, Blakeney making a mistake, and Burt cannot take advantage of it. So, we'll have to see how we go. Up and over the hill we go, very close to the wall for both drivers, up over the other dip at the top of the mountain towards the dipper. Well, Bert's on the gravel and on the grass. That's not going to help him stop into this corner, and he's not. He's sideways. He luckily gets hold of the car, but wow, that took some car control. As Nifty Dark Ninja is... Oh, Nifty Dark Ninja spun in the dipper. I never saw that as we went through. Sorry if you guys did, but I didn't see it. But Nifty Dark Ninja spins and bids to take 6th place, and Nifty then down to 10th place there. So Nifty's made a big mistake. We'll get that in the replays at the end of the race for you. But there's his teammate Growly right behind him. So Growly then with his teammate in sight, not where he wants to see him. He wants to see him up the front of the field really, but unfortunately that's what happened, and we'll get a replay on that later on for you. Meanwhile, Neil Farmack on his last lap, 5 seconds to Tim. Oh, Tim's in second. Pash has gone round as well. Pash has spun from 2nd place down to 5th. Sorry if you guys saw that and I didn't. I was that busy focusing on other stuff. I didn't see it, but Pash loses his 2nd place and he's down to 5th. Again, we'll get a replay on that at the end for you. But Tim is in the 2nd place. Woo Woo is now in 3rd. Will is up into 4th. Magnificent race for him so far. Pash unfortunately down to 5th. But Bidster is in 6th. He's been a bit lucky because he's had a few people make mistakes and he's passed them. But with a rather battered front end of that Porsche from earlier. Still going round. Bert is in front of Blake as well. They've swapped as well. Again, another replay on that later on. But Bert is in front of Blake. Growly is 10th with Intrepid 11th. Darren's back in 12th, but again Growly then trying to he's now got his teammate in sight, but he's had Intrepid behind him for quite a bit of this second half of the race, and he's doing well to hold on to it now as he can. Look for more and Blakeney's trying to catch up to the back of Bert, but Bert is pulling the gap out slowly, and we've only got this half a lap to go now, so not long for Bert to hold on, but very sideways into there. Oh, hitting the wall there as well, and over the top, just avoids that one as well. So Blake's sparking that one up as we go down to the dipper for the last time. Last time down the dipper for these boys. Into the dipper we go. Round we go. Bert nicely through there, no mistakes so far, and down to the bottom, and we're clear. There's a bit of a wall tap on the way out, but he'll be able to get away with that. There's Growly, he's got Nifty Dark Ninja just ahead of him, Intrepid behind him, and again, I think these boys will get through here nice and cleanly as well. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Neil Farmack is going to take victory here in race 2 at Bathurst in the McLaren. Fantastic win from Neil, almost lights the flag. Well done to Neil Farmack, gets redemption for race 1, and he goes across the line in 1st place. Tim, a very happy 2nd, a 1st and a 2nd in his first 2 races. Fantastic for Tim as well. Woo Woo is going to be in 3rd position for Woo Woo, a good position for him in his McLaren, and good points haul for Team Woomack. And then it is Will in 4th place, good points for him as well and his team. Pash is in 5th, unluckily down to 5th from 2nd, so Pash down to 5th. And then it's Bidster in 6th place. Bidster finishes in 6th. We've got Bert at the last corner. He's going to take 7th place. He fought hard for it with Blake. A good battle that they had all the race as well. And Bert takes 7th with Blake in 8th. Then it's Nifty Dark Ninja who's looking to take 9th place from his teammate Growly. So Nifty Dark Ninja goes down to 9th after that spin. 9th place for him. Growly in 10th. Then it's Intrepid in 11th. Unfortunately, a not good race for him in the Porsche. And then Darren is going to round off the 12 finishers in his Ferrari. So as we go to the end of the race, then we will now get you the replays followed by the results. Here's the replays of the second half of the race. Here's a replay of something else we missed. It's Intrepid making a mistake on lap 6 down the dip. Here we go, braking, loses the rear end, bang into the wall on the left hand side. Quickly gets going before Growly gets there, but then over rotates the car, and then Growly goes through, and Intrepid is left down in last place. Here's a replay what happened to Bidster, then we'll keep the camera on it this time. See a massive tank slapper, then hits the wall and just rides the wall and manages to hold the car and keep it going straight and doesn't spin the car, but loses a hell of a lot of time, and he's going to do it all again. And now here's the replay of how Pash lost his 2nd place. Down to the forest elbow, brakes, loses the rear end, round it goes, and Tim, he outbrakes himself as well, went around the outside of him. He just got going out of that, he's got going, but then Pash is now on the apex of the corner. He's letting people know where he is. He's trying to turn the car around in the smallest space possible without trying to get hit. He's in a very risky position here. And now he's got a bit of time, now he gets going. but he's down in 5th place. And while that was happening, this was happening. Nifty Dark Ninja comes down the dipper and loses control of the car, goes one way, goes the other, can't get over it, round it goes, and now he's in the middle of the track, and Bizster can't avoid hitting him. He was carrying that much speed, hits him, and now he's facing the wrong way, and now he's got to wait to get it turned round. So we're going to the roof cam, there's the other cars, and now he's got a bit of space to do so, but we're still watching for traffic. There comes Darren. Darren's coming down the hill, reverses quickly out of the way, and just avoids the, clips the front of him, but gets away with it, and now he gets going just before Growly gets there. That was the replays of the second half, and now we go to the results. So then, here's the results then of race 2. Neil Farmack takes the win. Well done to Neil Farmack, 4.5 seconds ahead of Tim in 2nd. Woo rounds off the podium in 3rd, a good podium for him, with Will in 4th. We've got Pash finishing in 5th, a bit further back then, so a bit of a gap for the top 4. Over the page we go, and it is Bidster in 6th place. Bert takes 7th, he was doing well but down to 7th. Blake in 8th, Nifty Dark Ninja in 9th, Growly 10th, Intrepid down in 11th, and unfortunately Darren back in 12th position. And here's your winner after that one, Neil Farmack in his McLaren there. Well done to Neil Farmack. Fantastic win for him in his yellow and black McLaren there. Fantastic race by all as well. And we will see you guys next time for race 3 at Bathurst. And it's going to be a little bit darker than this, so we'll see you for that one, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching that race around Bathurst by LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you really enjoyed the action. And next time, guys, it's going to be race 3 from Bathurst, Australia, but it's a bit dark, so that's going to be another challenge. We'll see you then.